Hey everyone, I'm TCS23 and welcome to Crossout Basics. This video is part 1 of how to defeat Leviathans. Now if you're new to the invasion mode or you've been struggling to defeat Leviathans, then this video should definitely help you out. I went ahead and recorded 10 straight matches using the same build that I'm about to talk about to show you how effective it is. Okay, so now let's check out the essential parts of the build. The key components are a Blight cabin, an oppressor engine, a Chameleon Mk2, one Doppler radar, and of course, 2 incinerators. Now, a few more quick tips before we get started. If you go to your settings menu and click on the interface tab, you want to make sure that your mini-map size is set to large. Another option is to turn on the mini-map rotation and to lower the mini-map scale all the way down to 1.0. Another point you don't want to forget is your co-driver. If you happen to have the Firestarter's co-driver faction leveled up, you should definitely put this into your cabin. And finally, you want to separate each incinerator to a different mouse button. Okay, that about covers it, so let's get into the first match. Now, as these matches play out, I wanted to include some in-game tips to help you along the way. And the first one is to make good use of your Doppler and minimap. The Doppler radar has a perk of detecting enemies behind cover, and this is super useful when trying to locate where the Leviathan is and where it's going. And here is where increasing the size and scale of the minimap comes into play as well. It's a lot easier to see what's going on around you, and having the minimap rotation on will ensure that north will always be the direction your vehicle is facing. And the 2 white lines that you see on the minimap indicate the direction that your camera is facing. The next tip is that, for the most part, you should ignore the smaller enemy vehicles in this mode. Now, as long as you haven't adjusted the colors in your settings menu, you can easily distinguish them on your minimap. Leviathans should be outlined in yellow, while the smaller enemy vehicles should be in red or purple. These vehicles are not very strong, and you don't have to destroy them to win the match. Sometimes you will come across a melee vehicle that is grinding the central tower that you are supposed to defend, and in that case, you should disable them at the least. The third tip is to take advantage of your teammates when they set up a blockade. If you notice a teammate trying to wedge a Leviathan into the corner or trying to stop him head-on like you see here, this is the perfect time to direct your fire. Likewise, if you're not playing with the incinerator build, but you notice that you have a teammate that is, you may want to use your vehicle as a temporary wall and know that fire will be on its way shortly. Tip number 4 is to shoot from behind or near cover whenever possible. As you can see, there are 9 locations on this map that can be used for cover, including the tower itself. The smaller junk piles on the outside are really handy, since they are easy to lob fire over them without the Leviathan detecting you. Once you notice the Leviathan has taken considerable damage, or he is concentrating his aim on another player, you can then take more direct shots. In the last clip, you can see I was getting a little too overconfident with my positioning, and I took some decent hits, but in the end, I was able to get the victory. Tip number 5 is to use your cloak module to get better positioning and to take better shots. With the Chameleon, you have 10 seconds of invisibility, which is plenty enough time to set yourself up for a good shot. Just be careful not to forget your positioning, since you may end up doing what I'm about to do here. Okay, well, that will conclude the first part on how to defeat Leviathans. I'm already working on part 2, so I should have it available pretty soon. Along with 5 more in-game tips and matches, I will also include a link to my incinerator build in the exhibition in case you are interested in trying it out. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if so, please leave a like, and I'll see you next time here on Crossout Basics.